Hello and welcome to the Foodprint Trax demo. Today we're going to review how to use Foodprint Trax, Foodprint's mobile app solution for waste tracking. The first thing you're going to do is download the Foodprint Trax app. You'll either go to the iOS App Store or the Google Play Store and search Foodprint Trax. Once it's downloaded, you can open the app. If you're a current client of Foodprint Group, you should have received the login details for your site. If you're not a current client and you would like to learn more about using the Trax app, reach out today and we can share a test login. You can log in on any device that has Foodprint Trax downloaded. It can be used on multiple devices at the same time and can be used on personal devices as well. I'm going to log in using the credentials of one of our test sites. On the login screen, there's an option you can click to show your password, which you can use if you're not sure you keyed it in correctly. So, as you can see, I'm logged in and at the home screen. First thing to notice once you've logged in is the Log Out button at the top right corner. Generally, you will not need to log out and log in on the tablet. Once you're logged in, you're pretty much good to go. It should not time you out. This is only needed if there are any app updates or if your Foodprint Group rep asks you to log out and back in again for any reason. Now on to the home screen itself. Your home screen should have all of the different waste streams at your site represented, or at least the primary waste streams that you generate daily. Each of these waste streams has a unit connected to it. This is the unit that you move or store the waste in on site, and the unit that you will track the waste stream in. For example, trash is often tracked in units of black bags, and organics is often tracked in units of 32-gallon or 64-gallon totes. There are a couple of different ways you can track units. Most of you will be tracking these units by count. This means that if an employee brings 5 trash bags down to the loading dock or to the curb for collection, they would enter 5 into the count screen. Based on the unit weight averages we've configured in your Trax account, the units entered will then be converted into total weights. I'll start with trash here. You click on the image of the waste stream you want to track. Say I'm bringing 12 trash bags to the loading dock for collection. I'll enter 12 and then submit. On the confirmation screen here, you can either close out or if you've made a mistake at all, you can select delete entry, and as you can see here, the record has been deleted. There are a few other ways to enter data aside from count. Again, most of your waste streams will likely be tracked by count. Your Foodprint rep will work with you to determine if there are better ways to account for certain waste streams. Another way is fill level. This site tracks their organics totes by fill level. When I click on the image of the organics tote, you can see the user can enter based on how full the tote they're tracking is. Half full, 75% full, overfilled, and so on. This can give us a more accurate view into the amount of waste being brought to the loading dock. For instance, if people are bringing down half-filled organics totes all the time, that's not ideal. Our goal would be to consolidate the organics into totes before using a new or empty tote. From this, we can right size and adjust the collection schedule or the number of units on site. For fill level, what you would do is click the fill level that best represents what you're carrying down. So if the tote is 75% full, I'll click 75%. And then close or delete the entry. Another way of entering is by weight. Most will not be doing this because it's a lot easier to move waste if you're not having to weigh each unit. In most cases, you will conduct a simple waste audit in advance of launching this program so that your team can enter by count or fill level instead of by weight. But on the off chance that one of your waste streams is tracked by weight, you would weigh the unit first and then enter the exact weight in the entry field. So a 16-pound bundle of cardboard here. The final way to enter is by +1 added. With this setup, when you click the button associated with the waste stream, it automatically adds 1 unit of that waste stream. This method is great for medium-sized units that only tend to be moved and tracked one at a time, like a large bale or a hamper. Now, for those who are following along with their Foodprint Trax app open, select a waste stream button and try entering something into the field. I'll go along with you and enter for recycling, clear bags. Now that we've entered some data, let's go over the Records button. The Records button is on the bottom right of the screen. This is going to be where you can see all of your recent entries. I showed you one way to delete entries before from the confirmation screen, but you can also delete entries at any time from the Edit Recent screen by clicking on the red trash icon next to them. If for any reason you can't delete an entry from the app, you can always reach out to the Foodprint Group team and we can reconcile it on our end. There's also a tab in the Records section that lists all entries. These include every entry that has ever been entered into the system, and you can see a timestamp and date in this window for each entry. You can look back at your staff's entries if you're ever curious about whether they tracked all of their waste streams yesterday or if there are any outlier numbers. This is just a good way to see everything that's going on and going into the system. And the third tab in the top right corner is the Stats screen. This gives you a quick snapshot into the total weight that's been entered for each waste stream, both today and this month. This is an even easier way to keep track of whether your staff has been entering their waste on a daily basis, while offering insight into the total waste generated by stream so far this month. For example, when I look in here, organics have been entered today, some cardboard has been entered, some recycling as well, but I'm not seeing any entries in for trash yet. So if this is 12 p.m. and you're looking at this, that means folks have not been entering their trash counts all today. That could be something to check in on with the team. I strongly recommend checking on this page daily, especially when you've just started using Trax. If you're walking near the tablet or on your phone, this is a really quick snapshot to see where things are at. And as I mentioned before, these weights are from the volume to weight conversion that we have configured into the back end of the site's account. So if their black bags of trash are set at 10 pounds per bag and I entered one count, then I would see 10 pounds added on this screen. Let's log into another site and check out their Trax configuration. Configurations are customized to each site's waste infrastructure on site, and the backend is set up with the site's specific unit weight averages, meaning that a black bag of trash can be 8 pounds at one site and 15 pounds at another site. As you can see, this site has many of the same waste streams as the previous site, but they have different waste infrastructure on site, meaning the units that they track their waste streams in are different. In this way, Trax is flexible and meant to align with the specifics of your operation, including your waste streams, infrastructure, waste movement procedures, and schedules. All of the data that's entered into the Trax mobile app is then synced into the cloud and is processed in the Foodprint dashboard. Here in the dashboard, you can find and export a table with all the processed entries from your site. This is useful for syncing your Trax data on other platforms you may have for energy or water data. We also have a monthly or ad hoc Trax entry screen on our back end, where we can enter weight data for donations, waste reduction, or specialty waste streams that don't need to live in Trax Mobile, like pallets or cooking oil. If you receive monthly reports from a vendor that takes these items, we can add that data in here so that it counts toward your diversion and monthly reporting. This data is then rolled up with your Trax mobile data into an ongoing reporting screen, which shows monthly stats such as diversion percentage, total weights by waste stream, daily weights by waste stream, and GHG impacts. These stats are reported on a rolling basis for the current month, as well as in a snapshot format for the past month. We also have a year-to-date tab, which displays month-over-month and cumulative stats for the calendar year. Thank you for joining today to learn more about Foodprint Trax. If you have any other questions, please reach out to your Foodprint rep or email us at info@foodprintgroup.com.